I mean, just absolute chaos, absolute mayhem at Kamala Harris's rally in Houston yesterday. I guess people were upset because who wants to have their Beyonce concert interrupted by Kamala Harris? You can see by social media posts all over the internet that people were leaving the arena once Beyonce stopped and Kamala started speaking. A lot of people said that they went just for the concert, which, apparently Kamala needs free entertainment to draw a crowd. But here's the thing. There were actually multiple areas of the arena that erupted with protesters. Some of them were groups, some of them were just individual protesters based on what I'm seeing online, and some footage was captured. Here is one instance of a gentleman, a single person being escorted out. But it wasn't just him. Here is another angle of another individual. I'm just saying, you don't see this at Trump rallies. Trump rallies are peaceful, as Trump says, they are love fests. Meanwhile, everywhere Kamala goes, there seems to be protesters, there seems to be chaos. This happened early in the campaign season, right? When she was freshly in, anti-Israel protesters interrupted her multiple times at multiple events. Now, the first clip I showed you, the long one, where Kamala seemed to be getting booed in different directions, that was actually at the start of her rally. So that was at the very beginning. I mean, great start, right? I mean, if you can't handle your own rally, really trust you to handle foreign affairs and global issues. But she brought out her canned lines again as the heckling and the boos continued. The canned line about the smaller rally down the street. Here is that moment. Well, first of all, I have a note for Kamala. A canned line like that only works, it's only effective if there's actually some truth to it. First of all, Trump's rallies are much larger than yours. Second of all, the down the street line doesn't make any sense because Trump's rally yesterday was in Michigan. You're in Houston. You were in Houston for this speech. So Trump isn't just down the street. So she's obviously trying to make fun of crowd size, trying to get under Trump's skin, trying to get under Trump supporters' skin. But again, a joke is only effective if there is some truth to it. So, if Trump was really down the street giving a rally, okay, that could potentially be funny, even though the facts are wrong with the crowd size issue. But he's not even in the same state, Kamala. Like, do you have no other lines to say, or do you just have one script that you're reading from? I don't know. Yeah, so just super embarrassing. Well, it wasn't just Kamala. Tim Walz was on the campaign trail yesterday, and he was also booed. He actually was booed and heckled 4 different times by 4 different individuals. I was only able to find footage of the 4th incident, and here is that moment.
Get our little ones up, and you start to get them. You take our little ones. We're gonna talk. We're going to talk about freedom.
So obviously just super embarrassing for both of them. The fact that it happened to both candidates, not just Kamala, but the fact that her running mate is also facing heckling on the campaign trail, just not a good look at all. But going back to Houston, Kamala had some very interesting things to say. She claimed that momentum was on her side for whatever reason, even though all the metrics, literally every poll, all the early voting data, heck, even the late term fundraising, like in the last few weeks, the fundraising momentum has been on Trump's side. So this is just a complete lie. Take a look at this.
Let's remember, momentum is on our side. I know sometimes the Texas folks are like, is it worth it? Is it doesn't make a difference? Yes, it does. You are making a difference, and momentum is on our side.
Now, she has to talk about momentum because don't forget, remember that one time her teleprompter went off and she kept repeating the phrase 32 days, 32 days. Well, when she was off script, she accidentally revealed that they were behind, right? That they were the underdog. Those were her exact words, were the underdog. So she's trying to sell it as momentum on her side, but again, all the objective data does not say that, does not suggest that. In fact, it suggests that the momentum is on Trump's side. You know, I think Kamala was actually telling the truth accidentally when she was off script, right? Because she had no idea what to say and it just came out. You know, she's the underdog and the momentum is clearly on Trump's side. So if that's the case, then we could be looking at a bigger gap than the polls are even suggesting. Of course, just speculation, but, you know, hey, one can wish, one can put it out there. You never know. You never know. Now, at her rally, she started talking about Trump's medical records, you know, as if like she has nothing else better to talk about. And it's really ironic because obviously she has been covering up for Joe Biden's mental decline over these last 4 years. So it was really rich to say this.
On one hand, Donald Trump won't let anyone see his medical records.
I mean, no matter how you spin it, the reality is that if Joe Biden was totally there, if he was totally fine, if his brain was fully functioning, he would be the candidate right now. He would be the Democrat nominee. He would be running against Donald Trump. So the fact that the Democrat Party essentially all agreed, they all pressured him, they all backstabbed him over his debate performance. They all agreed that he wasn't fit to run again, let alone serve another 4 year. So Kamala played a role in that cover-up. What did she know? When did she know it? Why didn't she invoke the 25th Amendment? I mean, a lot of very good questions. So again, just really hypocritical for her to attack Trump for his medical records when he clearly has the stamina. I mean, he's doing more events than she is, and he's older than she is. So she has very little room to criticize him on that. Last but not least, the other big takeaway from her Houston rally was when she warned people that if Trump wins again, he may get 1 or 2 more Supreme Court appointments. But I think for a lot of people, that may actually be a selling point.
But if he were reelected, he'd probably get to appoint 1, if not 2, members to the United States Supreme Court. At which point, Donald Trump will have packed the court with 5 out of 9 justices on that court.
I don't know about you, but to me, despite the joy of her campaign, it really feels like she is stressed. It really feels like she's worried. You can see on her face, there just is no organic joy there. She seems to be angry. She seems to be desperate in these closing final days. Also, just more hypocrisy, right? Every statement she has is drenched with hypocrisy. And here, it's the fact that it's the Democrats who have talked about not only packing the court, but expanding the court to, 15 justices? 30? So spare me the lecturing about, Trump packing the court when he's doing it the constitutional way, when he's doing it the proper way and not trying to change the fundamentals of the court just because he's upset that their party doesn't have enough seats. And that's the thing with justices anyways. They shouldn't be partisan. The justices should be looking at the law, and that's the difference. I think a lot of people don't realize with conservative justices, I don't mean politically, but I mean in their philosophy, what they try to do is they try to understand the intent of the law as it was written, when it was written, what the original language was, and what precedent says. So that's how they apply and interpret the law. Whereas liberal justices, the liberal philosophy tends to be, well, I think the world should be this way, and how can I make the law fit what I have in my worldview? So that is a difference in the two judicial philosophies there. As you can see, I am at the lake enjoying a day away. I'll be back at my place later this evening. But Puppers and I are enjoying a great lake day. You probably heard him barking in the video earlier. A lot of you mentioned, I hope he's okay, because he was wrapped up in a blanket yesterday. Yes, he's fine. He's not sick or anything. He was just cold. I had come back from a swim. I'm a big swimmer, and whenever I swim, I'm just overheated. So I turned down the air conditioning to lower than what he likes, and so I wrapped him up in a blanket to keep him warm. But he is having fun. I see him running around in the field right now. I got a lot of cute clips from this morning, and like I said, if and when I am lucky to reach 100,000 subscribers, I will introduce you to both the dog, the cat, tell you not only their names but their adoption stories, share some lots of clips, great stories. If you enjoyed this video, if you want to see more political news, more political commentary, analysis, and just see what's going on in the world, please subscribe. I know it's not much to ask for, but I do just ask for a like as well. It really does help me in the algorithm to reach more viewers like you. So please smash that like button and subscribe button, and be sure to check out one of these videos.